Alright, welcome back for week 7. We're 5-1, and the last 2 seasons I've been 5-1 in week 7. The rest of the regular season has been a drag, so let's hope we can change that this time around. Alright, we're starting out with Screamtail. For once, we're not bringing a pivot set, we're actually bringing a Combine set. Combine, Dazzling Gleam, Flamethrower, and Psyshock actually just rips through the steam, so hopefully we can come in on something like Primarina or Iron, whatever the Hydreigon one is. My mind is not working right now. Snorlax, Venusaur, something like that. We can set up a Calm Mind, and we can do some serious damage. So that's why Screamtail is coming like this week. But to make up for that, we've got a couple other special pivots. All right. Great Tusk. We're going to be running a physically bulky set this week. We're going to be running mostly bulk for the rest of these Pokemon, and then a couple of special wall breakers. So, excuse me, I got a bit of a cough today. Alright, so Great Tusk running Rocky Helmet so I can consistently switch in to Iron Treads, Rapid Spin, Ice Spinner, Headlong Rush, and Body Press. So we can check the rest of this team. Alright, Ruler of Everything, Polion, we got Toxic, Flip Turn, Roost, Stealth Rock. Our idea is just that we're going to be able to use this to switch in on all the special threats on this team, set up Toxic, spread Toxics around, and yeah, hopefully we can just wear out this team defensively. We got Charizard coming. You already know what it is. Fire Blast, Solar Beam, Air Slash. That's our typical set. Alright, Kecleon, making his debut finally, running a Soul Fest. This is the ultimate special wall. Nothing on this team can touch it, except for the physical Pokemon. But if you're physical, we've got options for you anyway. So, what we got? We got Rock Slide, Drain Punch, Knock Off, Thunder Punch with this stab combinations. Because Protean, we should be able to hit most things on this team. Unfortunately, this thing also got hit by the Protean nerf, even though it didn't do anything wrong. So it's a little bit weaker than you'd hope, but it's still a strong one in the end. And finally, Xatu making its run back, Roost, Future Sight, Heat Wave, and Teleport as another pivot. Alright, let's get into this match. Alright, welcome back. Okay, so we see Dragapult, Kilowattrel, Snorlax, Venusaur, Iron Treads, and Primarina. About what I expected. So, in terms of a lead here, we got a couple options. I think the most notable one is Kecleon, but I know there's a lot of things that could work. I think I might actually lead Screamtail. Let's see how much Screamtail takes from a Dragapult, like Hex, just right off. A mix, that's the Dragology, right? Not a lot, 40. So, Shadow Ball might do more, but Dazzling Gleam at +1 probably kills. Nearly, but not there quite yet. So I think if we see Dragapult turn 1 off this thing, we go Kecleon. We could also go in Polion, but that also leads me a little bit vulnerable to a Kilowattrel lead, which I don't really want. And so, yeah, let's do Screamtail. If we see Treads, it's unfortunate, but we can spin, or Ice Spinner, depending on how we feel the matchup is going. And yeah, so obviously we go here. It's fine. So takes helmet damage. We don't outspeed. I think I'm actually gonna Headlong Rush. You could see Steel Beam here, maybe, but not sure. But yeah, Headlong Rushes seems like a pretty safe bet. Yeah, into Primarina, 42%. Let's see the calc here. So our great test set into Primarina. I'm pretty sure the Assault set doesn't have any investment. It has a little bit of investment. Headlong Rush should do more. So it's pretty heavily bulky. I did about 40, right? So it's probably bold. This has got to be like fully physically defensive then, huh? Yeah, it looks like it. So yeah, so that's about what we had. Okay, so it's fully physically bulky. I'm gonna go into Rule of Everything and Flip Turn out, or Toxic. I'm gonna Flip Turn. Rocks would be good, but I think Flip Turn gives me some momentum here and lets me get Screamtail out on one of these special mons. Rocks would be good though, but having a spinner and iron treads out is probably going to make that a little bit harder to sustain. Yeah. Yep. Cool. So, just checking. Charizard Y, Air Slash into Venusaur Mega, like bulky. Venusaur Mega, I know, yeah, it's going to not kill, but it's going to be like 74 to 87. So it's a range. If it's at 84, it could kill. 81.3. Okay. So additionally, this thing completely walls it. So I think we could Future Sight and then teleport out, or we could just teleport. It's a good position to be in when we're not like making like substantial calls. How much does Scream Tail take from Sludge Bomb at +1? Too much for us to risk that. How much does Charizard take? I think Charizard is a good play here because with this weekend it now dies. So I'll do an Air Slash. How much does Snorlax take? Because that's another thing. So not a lot. Okay, we'll teleport out. I mean Charizard, sorry. And then I'm gonna Fire Blast because Fire Blast does about to Venusaur, the set we were looking at earlier. Does actually more than Air Slash actually. So yeah, Fire Blast is a safe bet. Unfortunate miss, but it's not like it was super substantial anyway. In terms of Snorlax, I know this thing can have Belly Drum, but it can't outspeed my Tusk. And Great Tusk kills it with a Body Press after a little bit of chip. So how much does Charizard do into it with okay, so that Fire Blast miss did matter, but it's all good. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and Tusk. I'm sure there's an answer for Tusk on this thing, right? But luckily we're in the sun, so we get a little bit of defense. The nice thing about the defense boost is that we have Body Press boosted, so that's an option. But I think this is going to switch out here. And either way, I just want this weekend. So let's do it. Yeah? Okay. Cool. Now with that, I'm going to go into Charizard and click Fire Blast. Air Slash. Okay, well, I'm glad I clicked Air Slash because I didn't want it to miss. The Tusk being gone is obviously not great for me in terms of treads. There's a chance that is Scarf. But, yeah, counter Snorlax was cool. I probably should have just gone Body Press, but I didn't know if something like Primarina was going to come out. It is what it is. You just changed Mons there. It's all good. Obviously, we have to be a little bit concerned of, I looked away for a second and I looked back and Kilowattrel was out. So how much does Kilowattrel do to us? I imagine enough to kill, right? Well, not actually. I guess Specs probably does. I'm going to go ahead and go into Scream Tail, because Scream Tail it does significantly less. Yeah, and we're going to Calm Mind. We're going to Calm Mind up here because hopefully that leads to Treads coming out. And Treads actually dies to a +1 Flamethrower at its range. Not great test. Scream Tail. So yeah, it's just no, it doesn't. But it's all good. So we're gonna Psyshock. Obviously, it's fishing for the paralysis here. Yeah, and I got it. It's all good. I'm gonna actually Flamethrower on this turn. I think he doesn't want to let Kilowattrel die, and I foresee Treads coming out. So we're gonna Flamethrower here. Like this thing healthy does kind of demolish this team to some extent. So, nice thing about the end game that he's setting up here is that Dragapult is kind of owned by Kecleon. So, yes, don't get paralysis. Yes, it's awesome. And it burned. Awesome. Awesome turn. Awesome turn. So, obviously the burn is unfortunate, but I think Dazzling Gleam kills from here, so that's going to be the better play. What does Psy Shock do? Toad 14, yeah, so Dazzling Gleam is better play here. I'd argue it's probably better to keep this alive just as a sack for later, huh? Now that this is like immobilized, I'm gonna Magic Bounce you, just in case you try to get your rocks. So yeah, that's unfortunate that it rock slided there, but we're gonna go ahead and Future Sight and then Roost up on this turn. Ooh, yeah, actually, we're gonna die here. Okay, so this is death turn, so I guess we just gotta. Was it trying to catch me on Empoleon? Alright, I see the play. So Venusaur is actually out. I'm totally okay with that because you are gonna stay in. Huh? Side shock you. So it takes the Future Sight there, so we don't end up seeing Mega Venusaur this match. That's pretty good for us here. And then I wanted to see Dragapult. Let's get you locked into. It's gonna sub until I get fully paralyzed, I think, but that's okay. I'm willing to let that happen because we live one hit of Shadow Ball from here. So, or we don't live a Hex, but yeah. So, nice thing about that being your play is I think Kecleon kills you from 50%. Dragapult sub. So, I mean, like, we'll assume that that's a little bit bulky, right? Knock off, yeah, no, that kills you. So, we'll knock off with Kecleon here. Kecleon's my goat. You bitch. You bitch. How dare you? How dare you? So, we need this thing to be. Yeah. I need to toxic this. Or we just flip turn into Charizard. We flip turn here. So we take a hit and then we go into Charizard. Charizard kills from here, even if it's like really bulky, right? Solar Beam should kill, right? Yeah, so Solar Beam does kill. Does Air Slash kill? I guess it doesn't really matter. How much does Fire Blast do? 31 to 37. I am not going to take that risk. That's Solar Beam. Aqua Jet Primarina. That's Shrats. Okay, so Dragapult's dead. Almost. Both these mons are low. Yeah, this is a special attacker. It's not going to do a whole lot to Kecleon. So, Kecleon actually. No, God. Kecleon versus Kecleon. Who would win? So, yeah, no, Kecleon ain't taking shit from that. Yeah, Terraflying? Nah, you ain't doing that. So, we're going to go ahead and. We're going to go ahead and knock off just in case you're. I don't care. I wanted to make sure you. Let's Rock Slide here. Let's hit our attacks, please. I just want to kill. I just want to weaken this. This thing's defense is nothing. So, I don't know why I didn't. I guess the strat was making sure I didn't lose to Now it's dead to, does it have roost? It doesn't have roost, thankfully. But, discharge shouldn't kill. My Empoleon is fully specially invested, and it's not specs, so discharge should not kill. No. And flip turn in response should kill. Yeah. So then, Charizard wins. Oops. Nice. That should be it, I think. And then Air Slash should kill Dragapult unless it's got something crazy for me. Yeah. I keep clicking on Dragology. Darts should not kill. Good game. Thunderbolt, Dragapult actually would have gotten me there. That was a close one. But yeah, Kecleon came in clutch. I love the work he put in that game. So yeah, GG. I'm glad I got to use Kecleon at least once this season. So that's cool. All right, we're 6-1 going into week 7. I mean, not week 7, week 8. So let's not lose our next 2 matchups. If I don't lose my next 2 matches, we have the best record I've ever had. So let's get it. Thanks y'all for coming along, and I'll see you next week.